What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Quez the Barber, and you tuned in with Head Campus TV for another episode of Student of the Game. I got my boy T here with me. He's a blade at Blade Craft in the $1,500 program for barbers, and we're going to get into this interview real quick. T, what's up, man?
Chillin', bro.
Man, I appreciate you doing this interview with me, bro.
You know we're here for each other.
Already. So, man, some of the things I want to ask you about is just questions about what made you want to become a barber. So let's start there. Let's talk about, what brought you here.
Yeah, I think it was a little deeply rooted. My mom's, when I was growing up, one of her baby fathers was a barber. Yeah, because he ain't my daddy, but
right.
Anyway, he was a barber, and I really saw like how he had control and his ear to what was going on in the neighborhood. And he really did, outside of just barbering, he took care of his neighborhood, the people that came through, the kids that came through and stuff like that. So I always wanted to be able to give back and do something that I would love, but also be able to impart knowledge on, younger kids or even somebody older than me that may not see it in the same perspective as me. So I just saw like barbering is more than just cutting hair.
Right.
It's you really are, maybe a part-time counselor at times.
Oh, definitely, for sure. You damn sure a therapist, so
right.
That's for sure. So, are you originally from here?
No, I'm from Virginia. Retired Air Force, just retired last year, and I've been bouncing around this whole country, man. But we tried to see if we're gonna plant roots here in the Texas area, so we're here now.
Gotcha. So, coming from Virginia, what are the hairstyles like compared to those here in Texas? I mean, you on the floor now, obviously, so
right.
You familiar with some of the verbiage that they call haircuts here, and I know you're familiar back home because that's where you're from. So, is it a big difference in the verbiage when it comes to haircuts and the style?
Yeah, Texas has its own style outside of the whole country, man. They got a nice, the shag. And initially, like maybe 5 years ago is when I really caught wind of the shag, but right now that I'm seeing barbers cutting here, it's a unique haircut, and it really takes a lot of skill to pull that off.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So for us, like on the East Coast, we really are into like temper fades.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things, especially in the DMV area. A lot of people like doing what they call a DC fade, which is higher Caesar.
Okay.
With the taper in the back, and they would grow that out. So it's almost like a shag, but it's just a little bit more controlled and not so much hair in the back. And it's just, it's every part of the country has its own lingo, its own style, and it's a swag thing, I guess.
So speaking of East Coast, who would you say has the better barbers or the better style when it comes to cutting, y'all or New York? Because New York got some cold barbers.
Yeah, they do. I mean, like I said, I've only gone to a couple of barbers in Virginia because, I was young at that time, but I would say more New York. They probably have some colder barbers, especially from, what I see online and stuff like that.
On Instagram, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cool. So when you got here, fast forward, how did you find Blade Craft?
For me, the first thing I did, and this was a true thing because we had just moved here in June of last year, and I was looking for a place to go to school, and one of the discriminators for me was some place that was kind of organized like the military, well put together well, and also offered a benefit for military folks by taking the GI Bill. So that was, for me, I looked on Google first, and Google kind of gave me some ways to look at certain places. Everybody looks at ratings,
right.
So you're looking at the remarks and what people say. So that kind of guided me to this location.